No way, dude. I've gotten to the point where I just start talking to myself like a crazy person. And I notice it, and I don't know, it's just kind of fun. It's like, I love just walking around with no one around and just yelling things. All right, fellas, here's the plan. So, yesterday, I was thinking about attempting the Bold Coast and making it all the way up to Lubeck, which is near the Canadian border. Today, I'm Xing that idea. I'm going to make it to Cutler, Maine, which is at the very beginning of the Bold Coast. Now, the reason for that is the Bold Coast is an incredibly unforgiving place, even for seasoned kayakers. The Bay of Fundy, which has tide cycles that excess 15-20 feet, is coming in and out of that area, so you'd have to time it exactly right with the currents, because if not, you'd be paddling against like a 1 to 2 knot current. There are very few islands, if any, but it's mostly just cliffs, and any beaches that you can take out at will have lots of surf and swell coming onto them, because it's just completely unprotected. Also, near the cliffs, which is the pretty part, there are intense back eddies and reverse tidal currents, whirlpools, that are created by the Bay of Fundy currents scraping along those cliffs. All in all, Bold Coast trip requires extensive planning, requires some equipment that I don't think I have on me. So I think I'm gonna save that one for a later trip. I'm gonna save at least some part of the Maine coastline for me to do later on. So yeah, the end point is gonna be Cutler, Maine, and here's what we're gonna do today. All right, here we are on Sheep Island, and today we're going to depart Sheep Island. We're gonna head out this way. Coming around here, we're going to explore these islands because we have a little bit more time now. We're going to go through Jonesport. I don't know if I need to stop for water and stores today if I'm taking out tomorrow. I might if I have time. And then we're going to continue on to Halifax Island. Possible to stay there, probably not. I'll probably continue. And if I pass Halifax, I'll continue on to Ram Island. I could stay there for the night. Tiny little rocky one. Or Cross Island for the night, which would be right next to Cutler. Time for a quick pro tip. So if you're lazy like me and you leave your dishes overnight and they get, hard, nasty crap all over them, throw a bunch of rocks in there and then some gritty sand, seawater. I would not advise you do this with a brand new set of cookware or anything that has a lining on it. Then you just shake it around like this. Let's open her up. Look at that, much better. And then take some seaweed. Go ahead and use it like a sponge. Ta-da! And then obviously you're gonna want to boil whatever you're cooking here. Hello. I wanted to thank you guys for what you do. It's amazing.
Oh, geez, we have a good time.
Yeah. He told me they give you the boat and some gas and you just go play around on islands.
Yeah, can't beat it. I mean, yeah, we've been over to Boyce Bear and up in Mink and Marsh Island. Yeah.
Portland to Cutler for me.
Portland to Cutler?
Yeah.
When did you leave?
This is day 9. Or no, this is day 8.
And you're alone?
Yeah.
You okay alone?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you probably like it.
All right, thank you again.
Yeah, welcome.
this looks fairly old. All right, from the looks of it, I'm thinking an old quarry site. Now this, I don't know what this is. This looks like railroad track here. Let's look under here. That's inside. Okay, this is cool. That looks like the dock they would tie up to. That's probably where they had a crane. Let's take a look inside the boat. That's what we got. Pilot house. If anybody knows how old this is, it's a lathrope. Whatever that says. IXAB-2. This is the big piece. Can only imagine that this is what they use to hoist or lower the blocks of granite down onto the barge. And oh, this is an interesting structure. Wonder why it's built up like that. What was on top of that? There's two pulleys. See, 1 and 2. Okay. And then rail. So it's possible that the granite was brought by rail on a cart and pulley system. Maybe that's what that's for. And then lowered onto the boats with something else. Be real careful, there's loose rocks and iron spikes everywhere. How would you like to stub your toe on this? I don't know what is in here at all. Okay, it's not that deep. Now we're coming back to the structure area. Oh, whoa. Look at that big old tractor. Gardner, Denver. And what is over here? Oh, train wheels. Oh, I love trains. There's a set of wheels there. And then a set of wheels there. And they're on rails. Let's see what this says. Okay, it says Wheel 00 Boston. Some more here, more train. I think they're called trucks. Some more numbers on them. Look at that, it goes way back. Those must have just been carts for the granite. Let's look at this one. Get back farther. Oh yeah, another Gardner Denver tractor. Generators maybe. And this was a tool shop. So we got all sorts of machining going on in here. Now we're headed back towards the actual quarry site. This is probably one of a couple. I'm not sure if this is the only one or what. Some more cable and machine. This is another one of those structures with the cable running through it and some sort of a machine on that side, and the cable runs directly into that house. So I've just found a more intact cable car or train car. I'm assuming they were pulled by cables. I don't know for sure. Here it is. So it looks like the train cars themselves were made of wood. So we got the two sets of trucks down there, and then the massive wooden beams going across, and then deck. This is inside the third structure. boiler over there, and then some massive winches. There's the quarry. All right, guys, this is the best part. Check that out. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but I know that's pretty cool. Well, as quickly as I looked online, I couldn't find a single thing on the history of that quarry or this island, which is fine. I like exploring old stuff without knowing anything about it beforehand and trying to figure it out, piece it together. This is going to be the Coast Guard station at Jonesport. Hopefully I won't be needing them anytime soon. See all those white caps out there and that choppy, disturbed water, and we're in between this island and this island. And over here it's all calm and smooth. So what's happening here is you have the tide, which is opposing the wind, and it's crossing a bar that's underneath us that goes in between these. So I started to head into it, saw it, and then I was like, well, I should probably not do that. So this is Halifax Island, and besides the name being cool, I wanted to land here. You can camp here. I'm probably going to try to make it further. I want to close as much distance as I can between myself and my takeout point in Cutler before Friday. Friday night, Saturday morning, the high winds come in and the high seas come in. And not that I want to end the trip or anything, but you know, when it's getting close to your end date, you kind of start getting worried about things, wanting things to go perfect. You know, I don't want any to come this far without a hitch. So pretty flowers. That's a nice sign. Day use only, but you can call and ask for permission to camp. Bad.
Oh, the seasons in one day, the heat takes my breath away, melting snow and crystal veins, when comes the rain, lost in the sweet
I'm now crossing the Machias Bay. So Machias is over to my port side in the bay there. And that's funny because that was my original extreme destination. That was like, that's not gonna happen, but I'll plan, I'll do one plan for Machias. I thought it was gonna take me 11 days if I even did it, maybe more. Here I am, and I'm passing it. I'm passing Machias, and I'm going to Cross Island for the night. I'm trying to conserve battery power on the cameras here because solar has not been cutting it recently, so probably since the thing washed over on the aft deck there all the time. But yeah, here we are, Machias Bay. Throw you up front. Alright guys, so check this out. These are fish farms. And there's a bunch of salmon in here or whatever they're farming. And look at all these seagulls in here and all these birds. Fish just jumped. Now, there's a net that goes over the entire top here. And in all of these traps, or at least these two, there are a bunch of seagulls in here. So how'd they get in? Well, there's some rips. There's a rip right there. Huh? And all these seagulls are now stuck in here. And they cannot figure out how to get out. They're all just stuck. Now if you look in this cage, tell me what you see. Those are dead birds. All of those floating things over there, those are dead birds. Dead bird right there. And this one also has some rip somewhere. I think it's right over there. That's really not good. I don't like that. Hey buddy, I'm sorry. This sucks. I'm so happy to be here, not on the ocean anymore. I don't think this place has been used in a while. In the pictures, it shows a nice maintained grassy field, like grass, not this type of grass. And that building does not look nearly as old. But I got my gear up and I got the boat drug up. There are a ton of mosquitoes here and I'm still getting bit. I've already coated myself with like 3 layers of mosquito spray. It's like a relatively flat patch of grass. I'm kind of worried about ticks, like I've already found one. The sun has gone down now, as you can see. So we got here, well before sunset, but just getting all the gear up takes like an hour. Getting the boat secured today, so quite a carry. All of my clothing is soaking wet, about low 50s here, probably 52. So we're gonna go ahead and get the camp set up and maybe explore this house if it's open. Are you ready for a spooky ghost tour? Alright, so here's what happened. I was setting up my camp outside and I decided to, just go check this out. Walked inside. It was really warm in here. No mosquitoes. Took a walk around and it basically looks like this place has been abandoned for a decade. This is the Cross Island Coast Guard Station, or it was the Cross Island Coast Guard Station from 1874 to 1928. Since then, I think it was owned by a family who owned the island, and they sold it to Outward Bound, which is a amazing program. They have a facility on Hurricane Island that I actually visited, where they take, I guess, elementary, high school, maybe some college kids out, and they do a kind of summer camp program on an island. And this used to be part of that. But there are a lot of photos around and drawings, letters, things like that from the school. Pretty cool, kind of creepy. Found some candles and got them going. They're scented. They make it smell much less like a haunted house. My setup, I'm using some of the sleeping pads and my own pad with my bag. So we'll continue on to the kitchen. I already checked the fridge, no food. There's the stove. And then in here, yeah, there's no running water. I use my own water. The date, 1941. And it's signed by this man from the U.S. Coast Guard, Cross Island, Maine. Walking out of our bedroom and into the other room, we have some maps. This had a date on it, but it was 1982, and this is, it's about brittle fractures in the Eastport 2-degree sheet. It's from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. That is interesting. So it looks like we got, what is this, a game cabinet? What do we got in here? A puzzle? And a hammer and Lost Hunter's Guide. So here's the logbook. If you ever come here, this is really neat. Come sign the logbook. I'm gonna sign it tomorrow morning. It goes back to 93. Some more maps of the island and weird stuff. Let's see if this works. Nope. Here's a lot of photos of people here. It looked like an amazing program. I don't know what happened and why it went away. So continue on. Nothing much in here to see. We'll head upstairs now. It smells a little worse up here. Ooh, it's hot. So up here, I'm imagining that this is where the kids slept. These would be the sleeping rooms, the bedrooms. And there's a lot of pads lying around. This would be a toilet, I believe. And this one. Ah! Kidding. These are sleeping bags, and those are some of the pads that I was on. Then down here is the basement, and that is the one place that I am not going to go tonight. All right. So this here is a chart of the Gulf of Maine, and I'm going to show you where we went today on this chart instead of our book. So right now we are over here on Cross Island. We're right around where the tower is. See the tower. And we came from way... There's Jonesport over here. And we came from Sheep Island. So yeah, we went from Sheep Island all the way over to Cross today. And that was 29 freaking miles.
With the stripes and how the raincoat perfect fits. Putting on the raincoat.